The Connection podcast, hosted by Yuma County Anti-Drug Coalition and Yuma County Mental Health Coalition, is a community-focused podcast dedicated to informing, educating, and empowering listeners on drug prevention, mental health awareness, and strengthening partnerships for a healthier future.
Good morning. I'm Joanne Pfizer with Yuma County Anti-Drug Coalition and Yuma County Mental Health Coalition. We're excited this morning to have you join us on the Connection podcast. We have Lori Franklin here as our special guest this morning. Welcome.
Welcome. Thank you for having me. This is awesome because it's getting messages out to the community that they really need to hear.
That's exactly right. We are so excited to have all these resources shared throughout all of our social media. So you can find us on the web at ycadc.org, and we're on YouTube, Facebook, Spotify, Instagram, all of the handles. But let's get into it. So tell us, Lori, about all of the things. I know you guys do so many, but all the things that you connect yourself with in the community. You've been part of the coalition since it started, and I just love working with you guys.
You know, we were talking earlier, it takes a village, and the village is comprised of all different entities that come together to keep our community happy, healthy, and safe. Yep. And the safe part is, where we all come into it. And having these partnerships within the community, it just gets the word out twice as fast to twice as many people. And hopefully, when you throw the darts, they stick. And that's what we're trying to do. But we go visit RV parks and talk to, our senior people about safety. We go to schools and talk to the kids about drinking and driving and drugs. We go to the Marine base and talk to the people who,
That's a big
new guys
audience.
just coming in,
Yes.
We go all over the place. We've talked to Rotary clubs. We go to San Luis and Somerton and assist them with talking to their schools. We like to get out there. We want to work with our community because most generally when we're called, it's not the best day of your life. Mm-hmm. Sometimes it's the worst day of your life. So to get out in the community and our officers interact with kids and with young adults and with the parents, it lets them know that we're human. Our families are in this town too.
Right.
And we want to be approachable so when something happens, kids will not be afraid to come to us. And one of our biggest battles right now are drugs in school. It's not like when I was a kid when it was just marijuana. It's so much worse. And it is like playing Russian roulette with fentanyl because one hit could be your life.
That's right. One pill can kill, and it's just so dangerous. And I love that you had mentioned it takes a village to get the message out. And our Yuma community is so tight-knit that we want to help and we want to have a healthy, safe, and happy community.
Right.
Bringing everybody together in our coalition, finding the resources that, we all have, that we have for the community and letting them know. It's so important and so vital. I am excited that I was able to report to City Council last year how much we were able to distribute throughout the Yuma community at all of these different events. YCADC was at, events, PD was at events, a lot of our, coalition members were there, but we did have a reach of over 100,000 pieces of resources out into our community regarding fentanyl, regarding marijuana, regarding, the bad emojis on Snapchat and how dangerous the kids' cell phones are, everything. And it is so important. You guys have been a catalyst in those events and reaching out to a lot of the schools. And tell us a little bit about what you do at the schools and those different things.
So we have school resource officers at the public high schools and middle schools. But you also have private schools and you also have elementary schools that don't have the SROs. And they contact us and ask us to come and talk with the students and stuff. We have, the cool things we have is we have motorcycles and we have dogs.
Those are cool. The dogs are so popular.
Exactly. And those are one of the things, when we have like our fancy vehicle, which we'll talk some more about the fancy wrap vehicles. But we also have, the all-terrain vehicles. We have the set vehicle, the big Bearcat. We have those things that are inviting for kids to come look at. And when we get the kids interested, then we can talk to them. And again, we get to interact with them, and they get to know us, and they get to know that we're good people to come talk to. So we get invited into these schools. Our SROs are phenomenal in the schools that they're at. But your resources help us, because sometimes we have a tight budget as far as what can we hand out to the public. And we want information to hand out to the public.
Right.
We do our Scary and Safe. We get those bags, and those are all sponsored by the Drug Coalition with the information in it. And like I said, all those bags we hand out, probably several thousand, you know, even if half of them, the parents look at this stuff, we're reaching somebody.
Oh, yeah.
And it's getting the word out there and getting the word out there. So every time we go to these events, we're passing out Drug Coalition stuff. We're passing out stuff maybe from, you know, Amberly's place and other other places within our village that come together to help try to keep us safe.
And I just think the kids love the dogs.
Oh, they do.
They love the dogs, but also the carts. Tell them about the carts.
Pedal
because
carts.
the pedal carts, we were able to help you guys with those.
Absolutely. So back in like 2017, through Kathy Nutzi, we were able to get a grant money through State Farm to buy these pedal carts. They were Drunk Buster pedal carts to help with teen driving awareness. And so we would take the carts out with the cones, and they're driving with these goggles on that from very little inebriation to totally wasted to dangerous drugs to marijuana, so that we have I think we got 6 different levels. And we put the goggles on them. Yeah, we take them to the high schools, the middle schools, our SROs, they're on trailers, we get them there. But they have been used so much over the years that, you know, they just have so much of a lifespan.
Right.
So when I came to you and asked you about it, and you guys you came through like there was no tomorrow, like it wasn't even a question. Yep, let's take care of it.
Well, you're out there, like you're out there front line with those kids, and they're understanding.
Oh, absolutely. We even make them put a cell phone in their hand. So
cool.
They got, not only do they have the impairment goggles on, they got the cell phone, and we're making them, and they're wiping out cones, but they're understanding what's going on at the same time they're having fun. So our Teen Academy's coming up. They will be using those in the Teen Academy.
That's awesome.
We have the GAIN event coming up. We always put them out there at the GAIN event.
Great event.
Any other thing that we are set up with that we have room, we will bring a couple pedal carts out and let the kids have fun with. Even our Citizens Academy with the adults, we throw the adults on there. They're rated for, I think, 300 to 500 pounds.
Yeah.
So yeah, even the adults like it. So again, we get to use all that stuff. Our SRO cars came to you again with, hey, you know, we would like to let our SRO cars stand out and do something different. And we have our fancy wrap, but on the back we wanted each school represented. But not only is each school represented, but also your drug coalition is on the back, and we're giving them a message: say no to drugs.
Say no to drugs.
And it's little things, but they're big things to us. But it's the little things like that when a kid looks at it to help remind them, you know, maybe I shouldn't.
Correct.
So
Yeah,
anything we can
100%.
do, but you guys have been such a huge help to us, because the more kids we can keep on track and out of trouble, the less chance we are to meet them on the worst day of their life.
Correct.
Or the parents.
Prevention is key.
Yeah,
That's what we're
huge.
doing. We're putting that out as much as we can in any which way that we can. We get a lot of compliments on the wraps.
That came out fantastic.
Yeah, the SROs will come up to me and they'll be like, hey, I just got a compliment on the wrap, you know. And I was like, that's so cool, you know, because they stand out.
They do.
They stand out, and they're proud to drive that vehicle.
And it represents that school.
Yes. And
Yeah.
it has a logo, of course.
No,
Go
it's,
Crimps.
I'm telling. But it is. It's something that, you know. Hey, that's my school's SRO vehicle,
Right.
and it's just.
And that's Yuma, because it's like the whole car.
Yeah, when we
has
between me and Christina, Officer Fernandez, we kind of came up with that. My vision was I want to represent Yuma and what things represent
Beautiful.
Yuma, and it was the Ocean Bridge and the sign, you know, going down Main Street, and then the prison in the back, because those are big things that is what Yuma's about.
Yeah.
So it just, they came out really cool, and I think they're flashy, but people like them. They like to take pictures with them. But again, it's something fun for kids to come up and talk to the SROs
Yep.
about. And when we can invite kids to talk with the SROs or any other officer that's there, that's what you
huge.
need. You need that groundbreaker to get the conversation going, to start building that trust, to start getting it to where, okay, now if I have an issue, I'm okay to come with you.
Right. That's awesome. You guys host, the events you go to, but you host large events. One is the Gain, and you've been doing that Gain event for how many years?
A lot of years. I can't even think of how many. Well, I mean, well over 10, 15 years.
Well,
easy.
I was going to say at least over 12 years. And then the
Scary and Safe.
The Scary and Safe event, this is year 14. I think it's 13 or 14.
13 or 14.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about how that started and how now we're at the fairgrounds. Yeah.
So the Scary and Safe, it kind of started years ago. They were trying to think of some way to raise funds for Special Olympics, because that's one of the things that is near to dear to us. And they kind of got together with the prison. Good ambiance there,
Halloween.
And, yeah,
scary.
Halloween, scary. and it worked out well there for years. But you were limited with the spots, and we were limited with parking. But again, it was a cool place to go. Kids loved it. The lines were huge. But then they built that little train track down there, and we lost our parking. So then it's like, well, where do we go from here? And we had one of our traffic investigators was on the board for the fairgrounds.
Yeah.
So she presented it to them, and they offered it to us. We pay nothing. They
That's
offer us the
amazing.
building, the fairgrounds. They bring the bales of straw out for us to help decorate. So that is all donation to us to help put this on. And we put it on, and it went really well. And then a couple years into it at the fairgrounds, an angel came to us, which was you, with the city. And you said, hey, how can we help you? And instead of us putting on a Halloween event and you guys having yours, let's come together and do it. And I'll tell you, it just gets bigger and better. The decorations are fantastic. The ambiance is great, but I think we went from like maybe 20 sponsors or vendors, you call them, at the prison, and we were like 46, 47 last year.
Oh, yeah.
We had 3 vendors out in the parking lot. It is that big. But again, it's the community coming together to make a safe place for our kids to trick or treat. Not having to go house to house. You're going to 47 houses in one
There
trip,
you go. These
I mean,
bags are filled to the rim when the kids walk out.
and we were having people, they got there, they didn't have a bag. And you solved that problem when you went to the Drug Coalition. Now we have the drawstring bags. And it has information in there for the parents. But now the kids have and they're full. I mean, they are literally full by the time you walk out of there. But again, it is all of our local businesses coming together to buy, and I mean, it's thousands of dollars worth of candy each business is buying, to set up a booth in there, and the decorations they put on and everything like that. So it's huge.
Fun.
But again,
So fun.
everything that we do, whether you notice it or not, the background of it is we're here to protect our kids, and how can we make our kids safe, and how can I make our community safe, and how can we do things to protect everybody. And that's it. This is one big happy place for your kids to come trick or treat.
Yep.
I mean, it's $1 a person or $5 for the fast pass. We have the movie theater up there, so they can watch a movie.
Walkers.
Still walkers.
The kids loved that. They were in line for 2 hours, and these still walkers are walking around.
But it's trying to get the entertainment out there, because it is a long wait. Some of them wait 2 to 3 hours. But once they come out of there, the smile on the faces, and you look at the parents and they're like, oh yeah, we'll come back. But again, it goes to Special Olympics. We raised it was almost $12,000 cash last year for Special Olympics.
That's awesome.
So all that, again, we're sponsoring our Special Olympians within the Yuma community. So everything we do is to help the community, but it's not just us. It's all the businesses in there. It's you when you were with the city, now with the Drug Coalition. We have Amberly's Place. Again, they have a message to put out, and they give us stuff to put out. So takes all of us. And even your drug coalition is how many members from how many different areas within the community?
So we have a roster of 200, and consistently every month, because we meet the second Tuesday of every month, 70 people or more show up.
And that's fantastic.
That's huge. I mean, they're taking time out of their business day
Absolutely.
to be there, and they're invested. You know, they're passionate about our mission and everybody coming together. It just makes it amazing. I love it.
And you got to have that passion. I'm lucky right now. I've had Christina for 4 years, Officer Fernandez, and her passion for all of this is so deep. She's going back to patrol.
Right.
Her 4 years is up, but now I have a new officer, Officer Johnson, Hayato Johnson, and this guy, he's a big friendly guy, and I think he's going to
awesome.
fit in just fine. But again, that's what you need. You need those people that are wanting to interact with people and wanting to talk with people. These events are huge for us.
Mm-hmm.
And to be able to let the kids climb in and out of the vehicles and you know, talk with the officers. We have the cornhole games were donated to us, so they get to play those. But we try to get to as many events as we can and interact with as many kids, families that we can.
That brings me to the GAIN event, because we did have a booth at the GAIN event last year, and I was blown away. I mean, you had all law enforcement out there.
Yep.
Was there a helicopter or
There was
something?
there was a
okay.
helicopter.
That's huge. I'm Target parking lot. I just thought it was for cars. No, it was for an event.
No,
it was huge.
It's getting Arizona involved in neighborhoods. It's Target sponsors it. Hot dogs are free, chips are free, drinks are free. That is all put on by Target. They rope off like half of their parking lot. Yeah, we get the Med Air helicopter comes and flies in and lands. But we got Yuma Proving Ground, so we got the Army, we got the Marine Corps, we got fires. I mean, and not just, you know, Yuma, we have like Cocoa Paw, Sheriff's Department, and the Sheriff's Department brings their posse out with the horses. Somerton, San Luis, we even have like Imperial Valley comes out. So many different police departments come out there, but they're bringing their stuff out to show everybody what we have, and the kids can interact and put the SWAT gear on, and
the dogs are out there.
And the dogs are out
my
there. The
gosh.
motorcycles are out there, but it's also nonprofits like Red Cross goes out there. 78 Crime goes out there, the Drug Coalition, Amberley's Place is out there. We have so many different nonprofits and they're all invited. And the thing is that like we have the snow cone guy will come out, but he can't charge. Everything is free.
Right.
So we won't let you come in here and sell things, because this is for families. This is for families to come, bring their kids, let them interact with everybody, have fun, but you're getting information. You're getting a wealth of information.
I think there was 5 booths that were part of our coalition out there. Hope was out there. I think TLCR might have been out there. Amberley's Place was right next to us. There was just so many people. I was excited. And the night.
And it's information,
The night was beautiful.
Oh, yeah, the weather was
October,
great.
right?
Yeah, the weather was great.
Yeah, October was like perfect out there. But so much fun. I took all kinds of pictures.
It's from 5 to 8. It's usually the second Saturday in October. But again, it's getting the community out there to interact with us, talk with the nonprofits. It's all about information, and I can't stress how important it is to get education is everything, and that's the big thing. Education is everything. So let's educate everybody.
That's correct. I love that. Well, is there anything that you wanted to share that, you know, really is important to what you guys do in your mission and being part of the community before we wrap up? I know we covered a lot of things. You guys do amazing work, and I appreciate our relationship and our partnership that we've done and the things that we continue to do, because we just have so much that, I mean, even this year we're doing the ID thing, so that's so cool.
Yeah, so the kid ID thing. So every year we get a limited amount of little kid ID cards that we have our ID techs out there, and they do the little fingerprints on it for the parents to fill out the information. So God forbid the worst case scenario happens, you have something with the fingerprints and hopefully all their information in there. And yeah, I stole the idea from Yuma County Sheriff's Department. We saw they had one, and I'm like, I'm jealous.
Yeah, it's neat.
And so again, I'm sitting here and I'm looking at, because we don't have funding for that stuff. We just don't. So I go to my resources, and again, I contacted you and said, look, what can we do? I mean, being able to identify a child who's been abducted or something goes right in with what you guys
Right.
do.
That safety is
So
so
now
important.
we're going to have inbound it's a laptop with a printer and a little camera, and we can type all the kids' information on, get the fingerprints, snap your picture, and we will print you out a sheet with all that information. So God forbid the worst thing happens, you have everything right there, and all you have to do is hand it to that officer and say, this is it. And speed, when something like that happens, is the best. And again, God forbid the worst thing happens, you're not thinking straight. So to be able to answer that officer's questions on all these little things is hard. So, but again, now it's just another opportunity. We are offering a service to our community free of charge.
Right. And you're going to be at the back to school rodeo.
We're going to be at the back to school rodeo. Hopefully we have it in time for
Yeah.
that. That'll be a line, but we'll get through it.
Yeah.
We'll have it at the Gain event.
That's exciting.
So I mean, we do these everywhere that we can. We've had, like, the Elks Club has invited us out there when they put
Oh,
on
that's
things like
awesome.
that. So we go out, we take our ID tags. They do really good fingerprints.
That's cool.
But it's every time we get a chance. The Autism Walk, we were out doing fingerprints at the Autism Walk. Anytime we can do stuff like this, but now it's a nice little carrying case, and we can just open this up and we can do it wherever.
That's awesome.
If we have parents that come in and say, hey, just into our lobby, can we do this? Absolutely, we can do
Absolutely.
this. So again, it's that village, and the
Yes.
village, this village in Yuma is so strong. But we're a small police department, really, compared to Phoenix and other areas. We are a small police department, but our officers, some of them were born and raised in Yuma.
Right.
Some of them were replants like me. I came from originally upstate New York. The Marine Corps brought me here. But our people, I raised my kids in this community. These officers are raising their families in this community. So that is what we're here for. I mean, we want to make our community safe, not only for us, but for you guys. So most officers you're dealing with are parents.
Yes.
And a lot of these parents are going through the same things you guys are going through.
Right.
So we understand when we say, we understand, we truly do.
That's true.
We truly do.
It's hard for families when they're going through something that's so, so much, but it's nice to know that that's the approach that you guys are taking. We're here for you. We might have walked in your shoes before. We understand. And it goes a long way.
And you never know. You
Yeah,
never
you
know whose shoes you've walked in. I had the worst day of my life a couple years ago when officers had to come make a notification to me that my daughter died.
Right.
So
So terrible.
I understand, and that's, I can truly say I understand, and I think it helps me,
Help.
unfortunately, but fortunately, it helps me help other
Others.
parents now. So our
does.
officers our kids sometimes are no better. I mean, kids are kids. You can have the best child in the world, straight A student,
Yep.
Miss Congeniality, but you never know if that one friend is going to come along with the peer pressure and get your child to make a bad decision, because everybody makes bad decisions at one point in time in their life.
Yeah.
So, if that bad decision is made, we're here to help.
Yeah.
And one bad decision, even two bad decisions, it doesn't dictate who your child is. That is something that now, what are the resources that we can do to stop this incident from happening again?
And help you as a family.
Absolutely.
And just going back to being happy, being safe, being healthy. It's so important.
It is so important.
Thank you so
No,
much.
you're welcome.
This was awesome. I love that we get to share, and
Oh,
I know that, this is going to reach a lot of people. It's going to help a lot of people. That's the whole point of being able to do this together with all of our resources that, we can get scheduled and get in here and do these things. But we want to thank you for being here today. Thank you, Lori.
Absolutely.
Thank you, everyone, for listening. We're going to sign off the Connection podcast with Yuma County Anti-Drug Coalition and Yuma County Mental Health Coalition. You can find us at ycadc.org and all of our social media handles. We'll see you next time.